really
And
excited.
put it in perspective for all you fans out there. This year's Avatar cost less money to make than Snow White. Snow White cost $267 million, and Avatar is $250.
Welcome to the first episode of Rated KR. Officially. I mean, it's been long. It's not been that long, but it's fine.
Not at all.
You look bonita. Just throwing that out.
Bonita?
You don't know bonita?
I know Bonita.
I was like, oh yeah, you took French. My bad. So this first podcast, we are actually going to review good old Thunderbolts.
We just got back from seeing the Thunderbolts, the newest Marvel movie. This is coming out after Captain America: Brave New World.
You saw that, I didn't.
Yeah, and
even though I have the key.
There's a brief mention of it in the beginning of the movie. They
Yeah.
talk about how the last president turned into a big red monster.
Yeah, I mean, so we just left the theater. We were pretty silent because we knew we were gonna put this whole thing together. But like overall, I'm not gonna lie to you, I absolutely loved it. Like, no, for real. Like,
You loved it.
I'm teeter-tottering between like a 4.5 and a 5-star.
A 5-star.
I honestly, Riley, I don't know. And also, let me be clear, I'm not like a Marvel DC superhero like movie. First of all, the first Marvel movie I ever saw was Avengers Endgame. Like, let's keep it a buck. I didn't know who that man who died was. I said, oh, what's his name? Goldman, Iron Man. But due to COVID, I was able to, and Disney buying, I was able to like watch it in order up until, but like.
And you watched Black Widow.
I did watch Black Widow. I don't know. What really tugged at me was the talk about like Robert's character, who is, what's his stage name?
Robert.
Bob.
Oh.
Was it the Surge?
The Sentry?
Oh, the Sentry. Fuck.
The main bad guy.
We just watched this movie. No, like, what I appreciated about that character was like, Marvel will pull at heartstrings in like weird ways that are kind of offlandish, but to have a character so like in his mental health journey, I don't know.
I think that's one thing that is about all these characters that you might not know because you don't know where they come from, is that all these characters are like mentally broken kind of people.
And so am I. Target audience right
here.
The
Captain America character, that's like his whole thing, is that he was like a kind of off his rocker a little bit, and then he got given the super serum, and it just made it worse.
Yeah, the last half of that movie tore me apart.
Yeah, I thought I heard you crying during when it was Red Guardian and Yelena were having that conversation.
Oh, anything like daughter, father, son, and mother, like any family thing that's like, and maybe it's my own childhood trauma, I don't know. But I love, like, I eat that. I love that. I don't know why. I think it's just very real to be like, hey, I just lost my sister forever and you abandoned me. Like, it's a real conversation, but also on the flip side, it's like, well, he has to handle his own grief of his daughter as well. You know, like, there's always that push and pull, like, and then with Bob, like, sorry, but like your darker side of you telling you you're not good enough, you're always going to be lonely, no one will ever love you. I was like, is this therapy? Like, I know, like, I was going through it, and I was like, not a Marvel movie, like, tearing me apart.
Like, I didn't think the movie was all that sad at all.
I was dying. I was like, can we move on so I can get out of this?
I just didn't care about Bob at all. Like, I really did. Like, I didn't know who this guy was, and they're just like, oh yeah, like they made us care more about the other characters than I cared about Bob. Like, they showed us the other characters, like, oh, the government lady, she watched her dad get shot. Oh, yeah. Like, everyone Johnny Walker was sitting and scrolling, seeing how of a bad person he is, while his wife's saying he's a bad dad.
Right.
Like, no, I just never saw. I was waiting to see his little short scene.
He had a little bit.
Well, okay, we saw the the one where he looked down and
his father he had an abusive father.
Yes, but it just
also spoiler alert.
Well, spoilers, and as well, I think what we should do is start over and go through the plot.
Yeah. I know for sure.
So what happened is the movie opens up. And it's Yelena doing this mission, and it shows how kind of unhappy she is.
Yeah, she's pretty much just in that turmoil. I think most people would just call it a midlife crisis. She has no purpose.
She's nowhere near midlife.
She's nowhere near midlife, but she's having one of those moments where she's just like, I don't have a purpose. I don't know where I'm going. I don't like what I'm doing. Like,
and she tells her boss she wants to be in the public eye.
Who is played by Julie Louis-Dreyfus.
Mm-hmm.
She was great. I will say.
Amazing.
Like, I don't think I've seen much. I know she's a big TV person, and I'm not a TV person, so don't come for me. But, she was incredible in this.
Oh, yeah. She did a great job portraying that, government,
Viola
boss.
Davis.
It's Viola Davis. Exactly.
No, but it gave me that, but in a different realm. Like, it wasn't so copycat. Mm-hmm. She played it her own way, but... Yeah, just like Yelena doing these jobs, and then she gets offered, okay, you want to get out, you want something more front facing. She has a conversation with her dad, who she hasn't seen in a year, and she asks, what is her name? The Julie Louise.
It's like Valedecki or something.
Valentina.
I
think Valentina.
I can't remember. I don't remember.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But I know you won't get this reference, but she was very much like Cecil Stedman from Invincible, because she didn't care how bad of a thing she had to do. She was just always
she wanted what she wanted.
What was best under her opinion.
Yeah. Oh, Valentina is her name.
It is? Okay.
Yes. But pretty much Valentina promises Yelena, okay, you do this one last mission, boom. And I think from the trailer, everyone can tell, they all get into the room and they realize they were set up to become...
Yeah, so, she arrives and she's told, you're following this person. They're trying to steal from us. And she gets down there and there's 5 people all claiming the other person is the target.
Yeah. So it's pretty much just a setup.
And spoiler alert, yes, indeed. I don't even remember her name. Pacemaker.
John Cena?
I don't remember what the character's name is.
I think, was it Ghost?
No.
Oh, oopsies.
It's, I can't remember what it is.
Fontaine. Oh.
It's the one but they die. They die right in the beginning. They get shot in the head, forgotten about.
Because she was in Black Widow.
She was given a lot of character development in Black Widow.
But she didn't
care about this
She
character.
didn't get a chance to get... She had one line.
She said, you're not my... Yeah, I'm not here for you.
Yeah, I'm not here for you. That's it. And then the next second, I said, oh, dang.
Which, that is one thing about this movie. People die.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. I really liked it.
It wasn't bloody or gory. We still have to keep it Disney.
Not at all.
But yeah, but of course, Valentina, the whole reason she's doing that is because she's getting pressed for impeachment.
She's getting impeached, and they're like, okay, we're gonna look into your past and into your government. So oh, I got to get rid of all my government agents. Sends them all to the same place, and it's an incinerator.
Yep.
And they managed to escape somehow. That is the movie.
With a friend.
With a friend. They find Bob down there. They don't know how he got there, but Bob is down there.
Bob is down there, and Bob helped. They all basically.
And Elena finds these like pictures about a project called the Sentry Project.
Yeah, that she actually takes with her. So once they escape, Bob
sacrifices himself by running in front of the bad guys and being shot.
Realizes he's a superhero.
Yeah, but then he gets up with no damage done to him, flies to the sky.
Fly body though. Not gonna lie. When that man got up, I said, "Oh, all right."
The whole time, I don't think you know this guy from anything, but the whole time he reminded me of Joseph Quinn, who's gonna be Johnny Storm.
First of all, I know who Joseph Quinn is.
What do you see him in?
Warfare, Gladiator. I've seen him in a couple things, and he's going Quiet Day or Quiet Place.
A Quiet Day. I love a Quiet Day.
Quiet Place Day 1. And then
another thing about it, yeah, you've seen it.
I've seen.
So do you think would you agree like
he did give
energy?
He did give Joseph Quinn vibes.
Yeah,
but I love Joseph Quinn.
I do too. Maybe that's why I
liked him.
Yeah.
But he played that character so nonchalantly, and then him being like a superhero, and finally, anyways, like.
But then he fell down to the ground.
He went all the way to space and passed out.
Yeah, because it was his first time, so it was kind of realistic, I guess.
First time in space, it happens.
He did not get anywhere close to space. He flew like 200 feet up.
You want to get a measuring stick?
Actually, it was probably like a mile or so, because when he hit the ground, like that was like an earthquake.
That is true, because it did shake it. But
that was really cool. What I love the effects the whole time in the movie. I think were really good.
I think because we were in RPX.
But even still, like looking back on some of the old, like I just saw Captain America, and in Captain America there are some shots that look kind of bad.
Yeah,
like there's a shot where they removed Sam Wilson's hair entirely.
Oh, they pulled the Superman mustache.
No, this is unintentional. Like it's just like the green screen kind of clips off the top of his head.
That's funny. Oh, I think I saw that online somewhere. Yeah,
it looks so funny.
I will say the special effects on this were actually really good. The sound effects were impeccable.
Yeah, and the set design, like you know, Sentry's room when they brought him back to his place.
Oh yeah,
it was very much like I'm pretty sure the production designer or someone was the one from Hereditary. Or something like that. I know someone from Hereditary was one of the roles. I think it was production designer.
Yeah.
And I thought it looked really good.
No, it looked dope. But he ends up, what is it? Finds out he's a superhero. He passes out, makes a hole in the desert.
Yeah. And then Valentina takes him back to
the
new Avengers Tower.
Yeah.
They've decked out the Avengers Tower.
She bought it.
From the last time it was used. I can't even remember the last time that was in a movie.
Jeez, because this was like the city one.
Yeah, was it has it been a movie there since Avengers 1? Like I don't even know.
I don't recall, to be honest.
Yeah,
it could be because for the most part they were in that villa shack. Not a villa shack, it was massive, but it was by the lake. But it wasn't in a city.
Well, that's because they had to move. They moved there after.
I know,
which why I think maybe the last time we saw it might have been Avengers 1.
Maybe.
But she bought it, and that's where like her headquarters is.
What she realizes is that he was a study, and
well, she authorized like the Sentry Project.
Yeah, but
she just thought it failed.
She thought it failed until he woke up,
and
then she realized, oh snap, this is the real deal. My serum worked.
And he's awesome.
He is. And literally
when the Thunderbolts finally, like, you know, they group up and they all go to kind of confront Valentina and take her in for impeachment because they have evidence against her. And when they show up to get her, like she has like brainwashed Sentry to some degree.
And you have to remember, someone like Bob grew up in a fragile
Bob is not to blame.
Yeah, no, for sure. But pretty much what is happening is this is the first person who's like, I believe in you. Like, you could do anything. And that kind of brainwashes him being like, I am. But it does turn on her very quickly.
Oh, yeah. That her plan completely failed.
I did love that, though. I said, well.
And that really reminded me of Homelander, too.
Oh, did it? Oh, yeah, that's right. The whole time he's talking about it reminds him of Homelander, but I haven't seen The Boys.
Yeah, and
I barely watch
he's
movies.
stronger than Homelander too.
Yeah.
So what? Like they arrive and they start fighting, and what happens is Red Guardian just launches himself at him, and he gets like punched what looks like to be not even that hard, and he flies to the other end of the room.
Yeah.
And then he telepathically picks him up, throws him out the window, brings him back in.
Throws him at the bar.
He bends Captain America's shield
like a taco.
A
chalupa. It's more the shape. But
and he takes Bucky's arm and just rips it off and beats him with it.
Yeah, I thought he was fully gonna.
He got stabbed with a knife everywhere, and the knife just broke in half.
Oh yeah, because it just kept breaking each time it got stabbed. No, that fight sequence was actually really cool.
He obliterated them. There was nothing they could do. They didn't do a single bit of damage.
But anyways, they basically get jumped and then they dip because they're like, no, thank you, no mamas.
They just let them escape because what happens is Valentina says, "Go kill them," and he says, "Why?"
And he's not a threat to me.
They're not a threat. She says, "Well, I'm telling you to, and you have to do what I say," and he just goes, "Why?"
I mean. Perfection.
It was so good
because it was just like, or even when he said, he's like, well, if I'm a god, then why do I have to take orders from someone like you?
He said, you said I was stronger than all the Avengers, and one of the Avengers is a god.
I said, speak on it. I was like,
but she had like a fail safe in place, so she just like activated a zapper and he died, or so they thought so,
and turned completely black.
He turned to darker than the screen, like black PNG. Like I could not see him.
Yeah, all you could see was 2 yellow eyes.
Like
that's it.
And the thing is that if you really did focus, there was like the texture of around his arms and everything. So like he was there. It wasn't just like a blacked out thing.
Yeah, they didn't just outline a man's body.
It just was so dark. You couldn't kind of tell.
Also, the sound design, once basically he comes out and he starts his power or whatever is, how would you describe it? A shadow mark on the street.
He turns people into like the void. Like I would say that's a good that's
no,
what they say that in the movie too. Like Yelena says something about void, or you feel like you're in a void.
Yeah,
and then. That's like he says that's kind of part of the inspiration of like this, and he's like, I think he's sending them to a void.
It's almost like he turns himself into he rises after he dies. He becomes like the Phoenix, and this is like true form. But it's like true sadness wins. It was, and I think that's at that point was when Yelena had the conversation with the Red Guardian about why'd you abandon me? I'm not happy. That tore me up. And then Yelena goes and sacrifices herself.
She walks straight into the void.
The sound design, every time it hit, it was satisfying. I don't know. ASMR. There was something satisfying about it, and it had effect. The effect of it was it was a good payoff.
Personally,
what I'm saying.
I think that the movie kind of took a dip after he became the Shadow.
How so?
I much preferred the golden invincible god that he was before. And then I thought that when he became the black entity, he just I didn't think there was any stakes. Seeing the little girl turn to the Shadow,
that scared me.
I did not think that these people were dead.
Oh.
I immediately was like, okay, somehow they're gonna get pulled back from this void. It's not like this isn't like a Thanos snap.
I thought
they're turning to ash.
Right. I thought you were I didn't care about that girl because that little girl had no character development. Who I don't even know who that child is. That child ain't mine, so I don't care if she was here or there. No, I understand what you're saying. I mean,
it's just when they were fighting him as the golden haired guy. He looked looked like
Will Poulter.
He did.
In Guardians.
And I thought there's no way that they can win. There truly is no possible way of winning. But once he became the Void, and it's just all you have to do is go in there and then win a battle of friendship
First of all, you're
Like,
making it sound cornier than what it is.
That is what it was.
I disagree. I think
so Elena entered the void, and then she started to go through her past traumas.
Yes.
And she went through like one and escaped one, went to another like trauma, yes. And then eventually she found her way to Bob's trauma.
Yes.
And she had to talk out with Bob about like, you
just deal with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was therapy in like its highest form.
And then all the other Thunderbolts showed up, like, and they were like, "Man, this place is so messed up. Good thing my backstory is so squeaky clean."
Yeah.
But then it's just they start fighting the dark entity inside there. And it just is holding them back using like desks and stuff.
They end up finding him. It basically pulls from the beginning of the movie where it pulls into the lab that Yelena was sent. That's where Bob was sent to get his injection, and that's who they fight. Just this dark entity of himself. But also, I will say it is sad. I think maybe because my point of view was looking at it through a different lens. This is gonna sound really sad, but it's just like. You have those times where you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be alone forever. Like I don't deserve love. Like,
and it's not a bad message. It's just not a very entertaining ending.
Well, I was crying, so I was entertained.
I was super entertained when they were fighting him as when he was strong, and then he became less. It was like
I got it.
They did win. Through the power of friendship. Like that is how they won. They all went and hugged him. True. They went in a group hug is what saved it.
He found his people. Like I love that. I'm like
But I just wish I wish like they could have fought like him in there, and like killing him in there was a symbolization of like, overcoming it. Like, I just would have rather seen a physical version of it rather than hug, and it just is like,
there was more to it. It wasn't just they didn't just roll up.
Oh, okay,
okay. Just like
they're held back with some like desks and chairs, and they pull them off finally.
Bob was trying to fight himself, fight his depression. Also, Yelena had to run through hoops to get to Bob.
Okay, there was a table floating in midair, and she hopped over.
It wasn't one table. Don't you dare do that. Damn near the whole lab was getting thrown at her.
But none of it was real.
The whole thing. Well, I mean, yeah, she still had to run. She did all them cool flips.
But like, it was all taking place in their minds.
No, I'm aware, but you got to fight for your friendships.
Like, I don't even know, like, if the stuff that happened in there even translated. Like, if you got hurt there, and once you came back, if that injury was still even there.
That's true. I mean...
Like, that's what I mean by I didn't like the black entity part, is that I felt the stakes kind of went out the window. Like, it was no longer, oh, shit, what are we going to do? It's, oh, okay. Well, there's probably a solution to this.
I was just looking at a broken child, and I said, I hope he gets the help. 1-800-BETTER-HELP. I was rooting for him. That felt like a Mighty Ducks thing for me. I said, I hope he wins.
Okay, I still really liked it. Like I loved the movie. Overall, I really liked it. Just in the end, I think that it could have.
But let's talk about the ending, because once they hug it out, they come out, and then Valentina is there.
The asterisk means something, guys. It means the new Avengers.
I mean, I figured.
But then the post credit then the post credit scene immediately goes, "Oh man, Sam Wilson's trying to call his team the new Avengers. What are we going to do?" So it's like they're going to immediately go back to Thunderbolts or something.
Civil War. No, I mean, I kind of, speaking about the whole thing, I loved it.
I loved it too. I gave it 4 stars. I gave it 4 out of 5.
I'll probably give it 4.5. I'll be honest. But at the end, I was like, that was, not gonna lie, I was like, is this the best movie I've seen this year? I'm sorry.
It's not better than Niza 2. It just is not.
Niza 2 was good. Also, let's be clear, the movies that I like are movies I typically don't like. Like, let's be clear, 2024, Kenny did not like musicals. And 2024 ended with what? Wicked.
Your favorite movie.
Yeah, it's crazy. I hate musicals. Also, hate anime. Niza 2 is in my top.
That wasn't anime.
It's anime adjacent.
It's an animated movie.
No.
Yes, it is. That looks like so like pretty. Kung Fu Panda. Come on.
Kung Fu Fan.
Kung
Fu Panda wishes that it could look like that.
Yes, it does. A 30-second sequence in the movie took a year to animate. Like, yes,
and that's fair, but no, apples and oranges.
Yeah, I just like the animation style. Like, it doesn't. It's not the classic, dark, like manga-looking drawing anime people.
The manga didn't come from China. No, it comes from Japan. Oh, hey. My bad. No, but like, I don't know why I like this movie so much. Maybe it was.
I still really like this movie. It just is. I have Niza 2, and I have something else over it as well.
This is
Sinners. Sinners is above it as well.
I have my top 3 currently in 2025 is Niza 2, Mickey 17. I love that movie, and Sinners.
I think mine is Niza 2, Sinners, and Companion.
Companion's a wild choice, but it was great.
Companion is good. I mean, it's at 4 stars. This is at 4 stars, so it's just right under it. This movie is right under Companion.
You would put this under Companion?
I think Companion stuck the ending a little better.
No, because I knew the ending at the beginning.
I knew the ending of this movie at the end. I said before we went in, it's going to end with the Fantastic Four coming to Earth. And that is exactly what the final post-credit scene was.
There is an end credit, and yes, that is in fact true. But
so I could have told you the ending of this movie.
That was the end credit, not the Thunderbolts movie.
Okay, I could have also said they would have defeated the bad guy and won.
That's most movies.
I was saying you knew the ending of Companion.
No, I get that. Well, I knew the ending because it was told to me at the very beginning.
Oh, the movie told you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, some movies like that are good. Like,
I hated that.
John Tucker must die.
He didn't die. You can't use that as a reference. They're making a sequel to it. Like, you can't use that. He alive and well. Just saying. But I want to say something controversial, but I don't want it to read like I'm playing. But I think that this is like my favorite Marvel
movie. Oh, I have this at like number 11.
Really?
Yeah, there's so many Marvel movies that are better than this.
I mean, I love Civil War, Ragnarok. I think because it was more drama based. Because also not many of the Marvel, they're more action than adventure. And yes, there's a lot of sad moments. I'm aware of that. I mean, I was on a plane flying back from Hawaii, crying over a man I didn't know. So I don't know who this Iron Man is, but he saved the day. And that boy, Spider-Man, that must have been his son.
Yeah.
I just swore it wasn't. There's like a whole fly above your head. I let in a gnat. My bad. No, and maybe because it's fresh. Like maybe in a year, I'll think differently. Like maybe, but that I'm not gonna lie. I would go see it in the theaters again.
I don't know. I mean, I might, but I would just not like now. It was really good, but I don't think it's necessarily rewatch.
I don't know why. Why is that? Do I just like sad movies? I think anytime like something has to do with like mental health or like family, you put those two in, sold. Like you got me. If you do it in correctly, like I've watched movies where I'm like, all right, stop crying. Like, move on.
What was that? Time cut? What was that?
A time cut? F you. I actually was crying a little bit. So how dare you use this Avril Lavigne song and use it so poorly? But no, like Thunderbolts, I highly recommend.
What's next week?
What is next week?
Is it? Actually, no. Next week is like the off week. It's the week where not much comes
out.
Fight or flight. Yeah,
I'm good.
Josh Hartnett. I don't need to see Trap 2 on a plane.
Thank you. That's what it looked like to me. I was like, so we not in the arena, but we are going to just do this? Like, whatever. But
maybe if it was Trap 2 and it was the same like serial killer guy after he got out of the back of that van, maybe I would be interested.
Maybe. All right. So, I actually want to play a game with you.
Okay.
This is how it's going to go. Upcoming 2025 movies. There's a lot of good ones. A lot of good ones.
Okay.
I'll give you two options. You can only pick one to go through, and then till we get to the end, okay?
Okay, I'm ready.
First option, Jurassic World Rebirth, or hold on. Oh, Jurassic Park Rebirth or Final Destination Bloodlines.
Ooh, I love Final Destination.
Quickfire.
But Jurassic World.
Jurassic World or Lilo and Stitch.
Jurassic World.
Jurassic World or Mission Impossible.
Ooh. I think I'm gonna have to go Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible or Ballerina.
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible or How to Train Your Dragon.
Mission Impossible.
Really?
Absolutely.
All right. Mission Impossible or 28 Years Later.
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible or Megan 2.0.
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible or F1.
Oh man, I don't know. F1's really, really expensive. $450 mil. I'll probably still go Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible or Superman.
I'll go Superman.
Superman or Fantastic Four.
Ooh, honestly, based on the trailers, I'm gonna go Superman.
Superman or Freakier Friday.
I just rewatched Freaky Friday to prepare, but I'm going Superman.
Superman or Wicked for Good.
I'm gonna go Superman.
Last one. Superman or Avatar.
Absolutely Avatar.
I was like, I kind of figured where it was gonna go, but I was like, yeah, you're really
and
excited.
Put it in perspective for all you fans out there. This year's Avatar cost less money to make than Snow White. Snow White cost $267 million and Avatar is $250. It is ridiculous.
I'm not gonna lie. I wish our first episode would have been the Snow White. We might say,
I hated it.
Well, you know what? We'll do an episode of like bombs of the year. Like, we'll really go through it. Like, I can't even. But I think that's a good way to end.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you guys for coming.
This was
most
fun.
of you guys were forced. We'll see.
Hopefully it sounds amazing.
The audio is completely cut. It's just our next episode is just nothing. We're like, oh, actually, this is the first episode. Because also, I need to get this fly out my damn house. It's pissing me off.
But
I cursed.
It's fine. It wasn't that much.
Have I cursed throughout? I've been making a mission not to curse on this podcast. Did I curse at all through that?
I think it's fine.
Just the end. Because the last podcast we did, I was firing off.
Well, it was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Bye. Oh, stop.